used to go to the salvage auction probably once a month, buy salvage vehicles, trucks, cars, whatever cool, if something I wanted to fix up, or I ended up fixing up a building, or just parts rigs. And they always get a magazine once a month of what was going through the auction, get mailed to my parents' farm. And I open that magazine up, and there's a Denali in there, 99 GMC Denali. And I used to see that Denali in the parking lot all the time of business in Edmonton, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. All the time I'd see it, and all of a sudden there it is in the salvage auction thing, active, not wrote off. I'm like, oh, no way. So I make sure I'm at that auction. I buy this Denali. I go to that auction was famous for siphoning the fuel out, stealing the batteries, and just crap like that. Robbed the stereos. If it had an aftermarket radio in it, it was gone. If it had any fuel in it, it was drained. And batteries, if it was any good, were gone, or they would, they were gone. So I buy this Denali, candy apple red, 22-inch wheels. The candy apple red 22-inch wheels, just super cool, old body style. So it was like the 95 to 98 style, but it was a 99. And I go throw a battery in it, jerry can of gas, my merry way, but find out after I get out on the road, the transmission's gone. I used to have to start off in first gear, go from first gear, shift through the gears manually to get the truck to go anywhere. So my dad, he's a big pawn shop aficionado, and we go to the pawn shop, 118th Ave in Edmonton. I walk in there, and after we go pick this thing up from the auction, boom, there's an aftermarket stereo with the brackets and the plug-ins, everything. Beautiful. Plug it all in, go on my merry way, and get this thing home and polish it up. 17-year-old me, post a million pictures on Facebook of what this cool Denali. And my cousin calls me up, and he's a shady character. He's not that's a polite way to put it, shady character. And he says, how'd you get that Denali? I said, bought it from the auction. Why? He says, I know that Denali. I'm like, uh-oh. And he says, I was supposed to steal that Denali for a guy. He called me up, and he says, come get this Denali. So they made a deal, and he goes to get dropped off to steal his Denali, and it's gone. He says, he hired somebody else. He must have put a thing out to a bunch of people. So he goes home, and he gets a text the next morning, and he says, thanks for doing that for me. And he says, calls him up, he says, what are you talking about? Thanks for doing that for me. He says, you got rid of it last night, didn't you? The transmission and transfer case were blown in it. That's why he was doing it, as an insurance scam. And he says, what do you mean that? He said, I didn't touch it. And he says, oh, okay. He said, I left the keys in it for you. And he says, wasn't there when I got there. I guess they found it just outside the Enoch Reserve. It wouldn't move anymore. But I could always get it moving. I drove it around like that for probably a month or two before I put a transmission in it. And that was the coolest truck ever. I put in that aftermarket JVC DVD deck I bought out of the pawn shop. I run 4 12-inch Alpine Type R's and custom ported boxes. Like, it was a pretty wild machine.